Still Patricia, for Patricia Harrison. Still the light of my world, still a sweetly singing bird, still the lover sadly missed, still the mother I once kissed, still Patricia, though now gone, still the reason I carry on, still a lover and a friend, still Patricia, till the end. A mother for all time, for Patricia Harrison. With love so strong and heart so true, with poise possessed by just a few, you warmed our world and made it bright. A will of steel with which you did fight to give your children all they need. You were a mother for all time, indeed. We thank God that He gave us you. Without you here, what would we do? We love you, Mom. You broke the mold. May God bless your heart of gold. Remembering my mother, for Patricia Harrison. I remember my mother's iron will which brought us through many rainy days. One that pledged her children would not suffer the way she had. I remember her boundless resourcefulness springing from nothing but determination to see her children strive. I remember her quick temper, that no-nonsense demeanor we dared not rouse in the halls of her house. I remember her early departures from work, back aching from years of climbing that hill to Arcadia School to teach strangers' children the golden rule. I remember her sweet voice singing Sunday morning classics on the blaring radio, on the church choir, in the trio, in fact, everywhere she could. Trust me, she sang good. I remember her tears, few but heartfelt, from a stormy marriage to a husband who could have cared more for her and the children she bore. I remember her love for flowers, how she nurtured them like her children, spending in her garden many long hours. And of course I watered them. Those flowers were not my friends. I remember her screams when she heard her son had died, how she cried for the one dearest to her heart. I remember when she left these shores and I saw her face no more for 12 long years. Then one Sunday she came bounding from that airplane. She didn't age. She was still white to the rage, her visage apparently set in stone, like the iron will she owned. And again I learned, the very day she returned, this was one truly phenomenal woman, forged by God's mighty hand, strong and heavy but inviolably steady. My mother, Patricia, God bless her heart. Then again, she was blessed from the start. Return, my mother, for Patricia Harrison. Return to that haven of buckskin-hued walls and wooden window panes, that sacred space of the glistening stainless steel stove, icebox and warmers, where racks and shelves were welcoming hosts of brightly colored plaques, collectors' mugs, and that painting of fruits held captive in a lightly stained frame, of Christmas Eve clutter, baking tins and ingredients. Return, my mother. Let me hear that voice like chimes singing Sunday songs. That clarion voice calling kitchen hands where life's staff swelled at your doing and hunger fled far, where we learned each other more as your flawless face peered into me. For I am not the same. for your segue into eternity. The night the moon spoke, for Patricia Harrison, written by Sean C. Harrison. In the stead of your waking voice, I heard you, my mother, through the moon, when compelled to venture away from a home crowded with memories blindly. But for that docile light, I groped for solace in my flight. You whispered, I am walking with you, my son. Never had that voice sounded so serene, as though you were perfected of your familiarly errant ways. And for that night I felt and held you closer than ever I had when you were here. No cultured fear of the dark and its threatening ills fluttered in my chest as I climbed that hill to seek rest from grief. If I had the chance again, for Patricia Harrison, written by Sean C. Harrison. Referring to a tidy strings of what could have been, I'd revisit my yesterdays with you, cram each one into their hallways, the unspoken words then screaming my deepest feelings, ripping long interred emotions from my heart and lungs. I'd complete the puzzle now lying uncadenced with neglected moments, unrewarded sacrifices, and the rarely spoken I love yous. I'd image your face more closely like a 21st century camera with more detailing eyes, chronicling each grin and grimace for these days when only recollections keep you breathing. But be sure of this. The chances I took, even crippled efforts at registering concern like an awkward child were real. And where you are now, perhaps where your memory has grown sharp like shards of lightning illuminating every deed, I hope you'll smile and say it all sufficed to emblazon my true love's imprint on your now perfected heart.